So, hi, I'm Natalie, and I am for the affirmative side. And so I will be I'll be backing up Leslie's claims. So our first claim was that if the U.S. makes an accelerated pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, this will cause unemployment numbers to decrease and the nation's economy will thrive. I don't remember Mariah speaking anything about the economy, so I just wanted to touch on how the immigrants impact the economy, because I feel like she just did not talk about that at all. So I have a source here from West Darrell M, and this was in 2011, and he states that a National Immigrant Forum and Cattle Institute report estimated that immigrants paid $162 in federal, state, and local taxes, and claimed that the average immigrant pays nearly 1,800 more taxes than he or she costs and benefits. So what this is basically trying to say is that immigrants don't reap the benefits of like Social Security and like health care and all of that, but they still give a lot to the economy of the U.S. and they still help it increase. Also, I would like to point out that Mariah said that there is no correlation between the unemployment numbers and immigrants. And I have here a source from Anderson Stewart, Immigrants and Billion-Dollar Companies, from October 2018, and he basically gives a list of every immigrant that has created $1 billion $100 billion startup companies, and these immigrants are the Canadian immigrant Garrett Camp, who created Uber. So he's an immigrant. He made a big impact in the economy, and also he increased employment because it states that immigrants who also create companies, they also create jobs. So everyone, you can at least name one person who is employed in Uber, or you can see a car that's employed in Uber. So this immigrant, Garrett Camp from Canada, he created a big startup company and he gave a lot of employment to people in America. And also Anderson Stewart lists Elon Musk, who obviously is the creator of Tesla, but in this source he states SpaceX, which is talking about the rocket that Elon Musk designed in order to go to Mars. So I mean, I guess he gave a lot of employment to people who want to be in that area of expertise of like NASA and like going to Mars and like being an astronaut. Also, our other claim was that the existing policy towards immigration has revealed a discriminatory process. And I just want to say that Mariah was talking about discriminatory process in the workplace when we were addressing discriminatory process in the process to be a citizen. So what we found was, I found a source from Sarah Morado Lacchini, and this was in 2014, and she states that the 1990 amendments to the INA basically removed that narcotic drug addict part of the citizenship process. So this part would basically list like how an immigrant can be named a drug abuser and addict. And so from this removal, the people who are evaluating the immigrants can basically decide themselves if an immigrant is a drug abuser or a drug addict, which gives a lot of power to a person interviewing an immigrant who is doing a process to become a citizen. So this act of replacing that entire thing created the Section 202 of the Controlled Substance Act, which includes a wide variety of narcotics and other controlled substances. That's part of the Constitution. So that includes a whole variety of narcotics and everything. And so with this section, this is basically how the interviewees of the immigrants base how an immigrant can be a drug abuser or a drug addict. And basically with this wide list of narcotics, the interviewee of the immigrant can be like, oh, you're a drug addict because you've at least tried a drug once. And so that's very discriminating against. Another source is that, there's another source that states that there is an attorney who was an attorney for an immigrant, and the immigrant was suffering from schizophrenia. And the attorney was very worried for the immigrant because they said that the immigrant might not have the possibility of going through the citizenship process because, as I said previously, the interviewee would can basically just pick and choose what details of the immigrant's life can be negative for the U.S. And so what the attorney says in this quote is that it's strange for her that a physician who has been treating the immigrant for 4 years wouldn't be trusted by the immigration services over this person, which is the interviewee, that the immigrant paid $150 for 20 minutes of their time. So basically, this quote states that an immigrant shouldn't be based, their citizenship status should not be based off a person they just met in 20 minutes, and that just evaluated their entire life in 20 minutes. So, our last claim was talking about the decrease in illegal immigration. Okay, and I found a quote that states that illegal immigration has decreased since 2012, and this source is from November 28, 2018. And it says that illegal immigration has decreased in 2012, and the reasons include the weak U.S. economy, the heightened law enforcement on the border, and then Mexico's recession, and then a decline in Mexican birth rates. So what we're stating here is that illegal immigration is bound to decrease, so why don't we just give the immigrants that are at the border waiting to get their visa, why don't we just help them out, give them their citizenship, and just lower that even further. Thank you.